Hello and welcome back to the channel. If you sell on platforms such as Poshmark or eBay, you're in the right place. When I go sourcing, I see a lot of Nike clothing, and I've always wondered how fast it actually sells. Today I decided to research Nike men's clothing. We'll look at percent sell-through rate, sold price range, and tags for various item categories on eBay. Keep in mind all the solds you see are from the last 90 days. Also, the photos, price, and condition of your items will influence how fast they sell on these platforms. So the average sell-through rate for all the activewear was 48% or 47.8%. So as of April 2023, over 81,000 Nike activewear items have sold on eBay. And activewear in this case includes hoodies and sweatshirts, tops, pants, shorts, jackets, and tracksuits. We're going to start with hoodies. And let's take a look at some of these solds. So we have the big Nike Air logos here. We have a Purdue Nike hoodie. I'm noticing a couple of vintage items also. So this is a vintage crew neck. Didn't go for much, only $7.50. Let's take a look at the price range for hoodies and sweatshirts. Okay, so it looks like the price range is between $10 and $75, and most of these are selling right around $30. So there may be some profit here. So I found this vintage Nike hoodie. I feel like I've seen this before in real life, back in the 90s. And it sold for $50, $8 shipping. Let's take a look at the tag since it's vintage. What does that look like? Alright, here's a close-up of the tag. So it's a gray silver tag. It looks a little different than the newer ones. And you can see the stitching here. It's got multiple layers. I also found this sportswear tech fleece crew neck sweatshirt. This one sold for $36 and free shipping. And let's take a look at the tag for this. This is actually a printed tag on the fabric. And the sell-through rate for hoodies was about the same as the average, so it was 48%. Let's take a look at tops. The sell-through rate for tops was not as good as the average. This one was actually 36% or 36.5%. So this includes long sleeve and short sleeve. So let's take a look at some sales. We have this Nike athlete shirt. 2XL went for $15. Finding a lot of people are accepting lower offers, so this is not a good sign. Now let's take a look at the price range. Okay, it looks like the price range is not as good as the hoodies. So in this case, they are selling between $15 and $20 for most of the sales. Most of these sales are in that price range, which is much lower than the hoodies. So I picked a couple of examples. So this is the Nike Pro Combat sleeveless shirt tank. This sold for $15 and $5 shipping. And you can see here it says Nike Pro Combat. And I also found this dry fit thermal shirt. So this is a long sleeve. It sold for $24 and $7 shipping. The newer Nike is going to have the printed label. The vintage Nike will have some tags. Okay, let's move on to pants. Alright, so for pants, the sell-through rate is 77%. So there were 17,000 sold, which means that there's a higher demand, which is good. Let's see what's going on in pants. So pants would be sweatpants, zip up pants, all those athletic pants that they use. This is a zip off pants. This is a track pants. It sold for $30. Let's see what else we have here. We have the basic black jogger pants with the swoosh. We have the Air Jordans. It looks like the prices are a little more promising. So this is another tech fleece pants and it sold for $34.95. Let's take a closer look at the tag. Okay, so this one's actually a fabric tag. Oh, I see a vintage Nike track pants. Wow, I'm surprised to see that even the basic Nike pants are selling. So this is just a basic gray sweatpants. It's a size medium. Sold for $25 free shipping, so that's not too bad. You can see anything that's a little more unique. This is a camo pants. And it went for $39.95 free shipping. Here's the tag for the camo pants. So this one's got standard fit, dry fit. Let's take a look at the price range for pants. Let's see if it's any better than tops. Okay. Looks like it's about the same. Looks like there's a few in the 30s, but most of the sales are definitely in the 20s. So 15 to 20, still pretty cheap compared to hoodies. And then we have a few things up in the higher price range. Okay, let's take a look at shorts. So it's April right now, so that would be February, March, April. And so we may not get that many sales in this section, but it's still worth looking at. Alright, so we have 15,000 sold. That's pretty promising for just shorts. Let's see what kind of shorts we have selling here. This looks like a UFC version of a Nike short, and it sold for $29.99, free shipping. Nope, then we have some vintage shorts here, just basic basketball shorts. Nothing special, just a little swoosh in the corner. This sold for $18.88 and $5.95 shipping. Let's take a look at the tag since it's vintage. And like I said, so vintage sometimes has the classic Nike tag. You can see the logo. Yeah, it looks like a lot of these people are taking lower offers also. So keep that in mind when you're looking at comps. Let's take a look at the price range. Okay, looks like we're hovering between $5 to $40, and most of the sales are $15, $20, and $30, and there's a couple of 40s here. There's some $40 sales. We have Nike's compression fit shorts. So let's take a look at this one and see what the tag says. Okay, so this one has the label printed on, but it's made in USA. Might be a little bit older. So the sell-through rate for shorts was 52%, which is pretty high considering the time of year. This is the first quarter for eBay, so I would expect it to be less than the average sell-through rate, but it's actually higher, which is promising. So I'm definitely going to be looking for more Nike shorts. Alright, let's see what else we have for categories. We have activewear jackets and we have tracksuits left. So for jackets, let's take a look. Alright, so this is a basic black windbreaker jacket, zip up. It said $24.99, $6.65 shipping was the sold. Let's take a look. So we have the classic red tag. And there's really nothing special about this except that it says Nike. I'm seeing a bunch of vintage items here, so National 98 jacket, sports windbreaker jacket. That looks a little more vintage to me. Okay, we have a Nike Shield printed running windbreaker jacket again. So this is zip up. This one sold for $27.99 and $9 shipping. Let's see if they have the tag. Oh, here we go. So here's the tag for the running jacket. It's a cool pattern too. Alright, so sell-through rate for jackets was a little disappointing. It's actually 34%. It says 34.6, but it's around 34%. Let's take a look at the price range for this. See if it's worth picking up. It looks a little better. Alright, so... Oh, it's definitely better. So we're at 30 here, so that means average sale price is about $20. Could be 15, could be 30, but it's in this range. And you can see here there are some sales over that depending on what kind of item you have. Let's take a look at our final category for Nike activewear. It's going to be tracksuits. Oh wow, $100. This is a Nike tracksuit. It says, literally says Nike across the whole front. Let's take a look at this one. Oh, and that's definitely an older tag. This is super blurry though. So it sold for $100 and $15 shipping. Let's see what else we can find. Oh, this one's really nice. Retro blue, white, purple. I love that color block. That is a nice tracksuit. Don't know if it's vintage though. Let's take a look. They didn't take a picture of the tag, but you can see it there a little bit. It's still the red Nike tag. I'm seeing a lot of vintage tracksuits. Windbreaker tracksuits are popular now. This one went for $84.44. Let's take a look. Okay, so this is another version of a vintage tag. I recognize that. And this one sold for $84.44 and $8.85 shipping. Alright, so the sell-through rate for tracksuits is surprisingly high. It's 89%. Okay, let's take a look. Wow. This is pretty impressive. So we go from $10 to $200 for tracksuits. Alright, so we have a bunch of sold at $75 and $100 and $150 and $200. You can see it spikes right here at $75. There's a lot of sold at 75, and then there are some selling a lot lower in the $20-$30 range, but that's pretty good. So the sell-through rate is 89%, but there aren't that many full tracksuits out there. There's only about 1,000 sold on eBay, which means we're not finding them as often, but when we do sell them, they're going pretty quickly and at decent prices. Okay, so we've looked at all the different categories for activewear, and now you can see that pants and tracksuits and shorts, actually, surprisingly, are doing really well for Nike menswear. I would say jackets and regular shirts are not going to sell as quickly. And remember that the tops section of this video is not talking about polos. We're only talking about regular shirts, t-shirts and just long sleeve thermal shirts, things like that. I also have a video that covers Nike as far as sell-through rate for men's versus women's sneakers and athletic shoes. So check that out if you want to know more about Nike, or if you just want to know about sell-through rate for other categories. As always, we hope this information was useful to you. Please like, subscribe, and leave a comment. Let us know what brands or categories you would like us to research in future videos. Thanks for watching!